So what happened is I got back from the Mr. Universe contest. Matt and I had been friends and personal trainers and stuff, and we'd built a relationship over the last few years. And I got back from the Mr. Universe contest, and I went as a vegetarian with no drugs. So I won the nationals, went to the Mr. Universe in Mumbai, India, got back. He's like, dude, this is crazy. This is like nobody's going to believe that you weren't on drugs and that you're on a vegetarian diet. And this is way harder to do a vegetarian diet back then. And he's like, I can sell a course online. Education courses were really big back then because there wasn't very much online. You want to help write a course? I said, I can totally write a course on how I did this. So we wrote a course. It was called Freaky Big Naturally. We started with $100 in Google Ads. I wrote the course. We recorded some CDs. I still have them, like Far Out Freaky Theories, and the favorite is the No BS Rant. We listen to it every now and then, we laugh our butts off. And we turned it out. It was an instant hit. We got lucky. We actually got cursed with that. And I'm going to tell you, we got really successful really fast. Within a year, we were one of the best-selling bodybuilding courses online. We had a huge following. I was running the boards. They didn't have social media, so I was running literally they had old bulletin boards. And we moved to Panama, because we were living in the tax-free lifestyle as Canadians, and that was my dream to go. I had watched Die Hard and said, I'm sitting on a beach earning 20%. I wanted to do that program. So we moved down to Panama, and then I watched Matt literally go through what I went through 5 years before. Like, it was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. We were fighting. He couldn't see what was going on. It was terrible. I had to end up leaving. We had a down period in that, but we had started our first supplement, Masszymes, to deal with the digestive issues that people having and the ability to convert protein into amino acids. You don't need protein. You need the amino acids from protein. And no one can tell if I'm eating 200 grams of protein. Am I getting 200 grams of protein in my body? No, I'm probably getting 100. So as a vegetarian, I was only getting 85 grams of protein. I needed all those amino acids in order to recover. And so Masszymes became the first product. And then people started using it, and they started, oh my God, I can recover better. I'm gaining muscle better. I don't have digestive bloat. I don't have this bloating. So it became a hit. And even though our relationship went through a real dark period, our business went through a dark period, the company survived on Masszymes. Matt went into recovery. We patched up things. We restarted the company. We created a course called Muscle Mastery, which was the hyperized version of really be able to take a person from start to finish over 5 years to build a world-class physique. And then that didn't work out so much. And then I said, well, what do we do best? We fixed digestion. And we became a digestive health company. That took us to the next level. Dave Rule came in and helped us in regards to that. He's a great marketer. He was a friend of ours, also from the same part of the world. I don't know what it is. If you get out of there, you get out of anywhere. And he helped rebrand us as BioOptimizers and as this new company. We'd gone from Freaky Big to Masszymes Inc. to BioOptimizers. And then we became known as the digestive health leaders. And then, we struggled for a lot of years getting things running, figuring systems out and going through it and all the people and everything. And then eventually we caught a little bit of energy and we started scaling. And then I moved to the United States because the limitations of operating out of, a banana republic were real. So I moved here about 5 years ago, and we've over 50x the company since that time.
Yeah, incredible, man. Congrats. No, the story is remarkable, and I think it's a good sign for the people that are out there and in the early stages. Very rarely does the journey of entrepreneurship or business building look exactly like you sat down the first time and kind of planned it out. It's like you got these ebbs and flows and rebranding 3 times and partner disputes, and it's great you connect with Dave. I met Dave. I think he was his original thing was like the anabolic cooking type of thing, I think, that he did. And Dave's incredible. And I know guys like Vince and Westerdahl and all those guys. Like, I spent a little bit of time in the ebook program business. I was a little bit late to getting into that, so never really had huge success. Let's talk about Breakthrough. We've been promoting you guys with Magnesium Breakthrough. It's something I originally found you guys through Masszymes in 2017 as well. I think it was BPAC, Ben Pekulski was talking about, and I was like, I was eating so much, pounds and pounds of meat. I'm like, there's something here. And I remember immediately just feeling cleaner energy, and I was actually processing all the food that I was taking in. Talk about breakthrough though. Like, what is the role that magnesium specifically plays, and how is the breakthrough supplementation different than everything else that is out there? Get back to the show in a second, guys, but real quick, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Magnesium Breakthrough by BioOptimizers. Do you know if you're getting enough magnesium? Because 4 out of 5 Americans aren't. And that's a big problem because magnesium is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in your body. Today, I want to talk to you about the most common signs to look for that could indicate you're magnesium deficient. Listen carefully to the end because there's going to be a special offer happening at the end of this that could be exactly what you need. Are you irritable or anxious? Do you struggle with insomnia? Do you experience muscle cramps or twitches? Do you have high blood pressure? Are you sometimes constipated? There are dozens of symptoms of magnesium deficiency, but these are just a few of the most common ones. Now, here's what most people don't know. Taking just any magnesium supplement won't solve your problem because most supplements use the cheapest kinds that your body can't use or absorb. That's why I exclusively recommend Magnesium Breakthrough by BioOptimizer. It's the only full spectrum magnesium supplement with 7 unique forms of magnesium that your body can actually use and absorb. All BioOptimizer supplements are the best in class, guys. I've been working with and using their products for over 7 years now. For some reason you feel differently, you can get a full refund, no questions asked. They're so confident in this that they're going to offer a 365-day money back guarantee. Just go to biooptimizers.com/FrankRich. And in addition, we're going to give you a discount if you use code RICH10 for 10% off. Once again, guys, visit biooptimizers.com/FrankRich or click the link down there in the show notes and use code RICH10 to receive 10% off your order today.
So there's a couple things. When we got started in the supplement industry, I had my own supplement store. I'd worked in every level of it, from manufacturing to representing it to owning my own store to repping brand, like the whole industry on the way up. So doing all these different sales positions and service positions and operations positions. And I realized 95% of the companies were absolute garbage. They were basically slapping a white label with unknown levels of ingredients and testing because it was a trend that was catching fire because so-and-so was using it and everybody thought that was going to be the key to make all their dreams come true. But then there was also, on the other side of it, I knew maybe 5% of the companies that were founder-led, people that had suffered from some sort of problem, went on a hero's journey, solved that problem, and started making it available from the kitchen of their house or the garage, or doing like literally these organic companies. And so I started meeting all these entrepreneurs that were doing this, and I would sell the products in the store, and I love the store, and I'd meet them, and I'd get on, and I was like, okay, so we decided that we were going to make the best products possible. So we hired world-class formulators from the best company available, and we said, we're going to make the premium, and we were told we can't do this. It's too expensive. It doesn't deal with the margin. We're like, we don't care. We're building this to work, and we'll figure it out after. And when we started Massons, we had to pre-order. We didn't have any money, so we had to have clients pre-order 2 months in advance, pay $500 for the supplements. This is 20 years ago, if you can believe this. And they were excited to get all their bottles and take it. That's how, like, the cool thing is we started out in the bodybuilder market, and bodybuilders by nature are extremely hardcore, disciplined, almost psychopathic freaks. I love that. And I love that. I love that part. I'm never going to get rid of it. And I love that. If that's in you and stuff, you've got what it takes to be successful. You can apply it anywhere. And that guy that told me that was right. So as we went along, we kept adding to it with the probiotics. We started adding other various products. And we had that same principle. Let's go find the best formulator. Let's put this together. Let's make the best in the market and sell it at a premium. It doesn't have mass appeal, but we're going to go with the people that it works, because we believe that a customer that stays, like that we get, are going to stay with us longer, and it's going to work out over time, even though that we don't have the margins of other companies, the turn them and burn them types. That foundation saved our company through all the dark times, because we had a loyal, almost cult-like following that said, I can't live without this product. And the elite of the elite, the Vince Del Montes and the Ben Pakulskis and the Natalie Coellas and, the big Ramis and all those kind of, like, all of these secretly were using our products because the problem in bodybuilding, and I understood this, was eating the food. They all ended up problems with their digestive systems. That's what takes most people out. So they started using this to fix it. Dexter Jackson found that out. Like, you can go on down the list. So from that, we then eventually got to a place where we got our own lab. So we have a lab microbiology lab in Bosnia. It's called the Birch International University. We have 20 master students and PhDs that are running all of the experience that other nutritional supplement companies can't do. They're basing their information on lab assays, which says it's got this ingredients. They don't know if they're biologically available. They don't know if they cross the gastrointestinal tract. They don't know if they get in the cells. We actually can see if it does. And guess what? Here's the big aha. You could read research on this herb or this product and a double blind study on it and stuff, and you might have an 80%, a 20%, 100% thing. And that's not relevant to see whether it's active. I've seen 100% pure products, like 100% of this ingredient, be totally useless. And a 20% of that same product, the same stuff, more effective. Now, I'm using that as an extreme example. And then there's cofactors. And then there's bacteria factors, because we're not feeding ourselves. We feed the bacteria, and then they convert everything into. So people don't understand this in digestion. So because we got lucky and got focused on this, and then we hired like literally PhDs in this area to do these experiments, this position BioOptimizers is a brand that can make things that other people couldn't do. One of the areas that we identified with magnesium is we knew that there was a massive deficiency in North America. And I did my own testing. We looked at brain testing. We look at serum blood levels, and I was taking magnesium and I became deficient in my brain. I burned out on entrepreneurship. I was running 3 companies at the same time, staying in shape, doing all this. Like, I burnt myself out. And when I did my checkups, I was low in magnesium. I'm like, I'm taking magnesium. How is this possible? And it affected my brain. It affected my energy. It affected my stress level. It affected my sleep. So we've just bought every single magnesium there was on the market. We bought them all. And then we took them. This is a principle by Linus Pauling. We just took them until we blew the gastrointestinal tract out. You just keep increasing the doses until you get the rounds. Okay, that's the limit on that. We can take 2 grams of this. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, we can take 2.5 grams of that. Oh, we can only do 500 grams of that, milligrams of that, or whatever. I should say milligrams, not grams. Anyways, all down the process, we found out that we could combine different magnesiums to get more into the blood serum levels, and we were able to prove that in the lab through experimentation. And that's where Magnesium Breakthrough was born.